Hello everybody, this is Thor Young with Bear Bull Traders, and I would like to do a recap for you on my Twitter trade. During this recap, I'm going to cover what I feel is a very important part of the trading process, maybe the most important part of the trading process, which is how to clearly identify what stock you want to play. Now, I know this seems like maybe a more basic topic, but in a lot of chat rooms across all the different gurus that are out there in the trading world, most of the time their watch lists are these massive watch lists, 5, 10, 15 different stocks. And as a newer trader or even a veteran trader, really, I find it incredibly difficult to watch that many stocks. So generically, I tend to only watch about 3. Today, I actually only watched 1, and I'm going to be doing a trade on that stock right now. Now, in the process, I want to go through and I'm going to talk to you about how I narrowed it down to Twitter today, why that was the stock I had my focus on, and why I think that that is the best way to go. So first off, just for a little proof, a little evidence, I want to show you a snip from our chat room. Every day in our chat room, we actually get some really awesome inspirationals from one of our mods, Mike B, who puts in some great stuff for it, and we appreciate him for that. And you can see we actually had one of our other mods, Peter, put in, he was looking at Twitter as well. So you can tell that he was keeping his eye out on it. But as you can see here, for me, watch list, Twitter. It's all I was interested in. Now, why? So when I go to put my list together, the main thing I'm looking for is pretty much just threefold. A, it has to be a catalyst stock. Okay, that's it. All right, that's number one. Has to be a catalyst stock. Has to have some good news, bad news. I don't care what kind of news. It just has to be something real. Okay, we don't want to just continuously play the same pool of stocks over and over again, despite there being news on them, because when you're in those situations, you're not going to be on the stocks that the most active day traders are going to be looking at. They're looking for the stocks in play, and that's where the catalysts fall in. All right, number 2, and this is probably one of the more importance as well. You need a clean daily chart. And when I mean clean, I just mean you need to have something going on. You need, levels you can pull from. If like this daily chart, you can see it's a nice daily chart. This is a stock that's actively traded, and we're on a big gap up because of the news. This is saying a lot about what's going on. Also, I could go back not very far in time, and as you can see here, and I'll show you how this level plays later, 37.82, but as you can see here, I was able to pull some nice clean levels off the daily in case it moved up. We have a support here, we have a low before a gap here, all useful stuff, right? So after a daily chart, and most importantly for my pre-market breakout strategy, which is what I use today, is clean and identifiable pre-market levels. And those are the 3 main things you need. I also like to have an interesting level too that has action on it and volume. I think those are really important, but I think the first 3 will get you pretty much everywhere you need to be. Not everyone uses the level 2 as much as I do, but regardless of level 2, this will show you what you need. Now I'm going to go ahead and pop out my 1-minute chart here, which should make it a little bit easier for you guys to see what's going on here. You can tell on Twitter, first of all, like I said, easy pre-market levels to find. Super clean support level, obvious there. We had our pre-market high auto-drawn. We had a nice resistance level that cut across here. You can see here, and that's my main level I played off of. All right, and then you can see here we had another nice support level. So when I'm putting my pre-market plan together, I'm really just looking to see what's going on pre-market. How's the stock look? Does it look strong? Does it look weak? Are there a lot of big bids down below that look like they could fade the price? Or are there a lot of asks up above that look like it could encourage the price to run for them? There certainly were a lot of asks up at $37. Huge blocks. I think there was a 200 and a 250 block on the ask up there at 37. So it certainly looked like there was plenty of room for it to run if it broke, and it started to put in an ascending triangle pre-market. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 touches all to that resistance, all looking very strong and very good for a breakout. All right, so now let me get in a little bit closer and I'll refine this process a little bit more for you. Now, as you can tell, we are certainly ascending and that looks good, but that's not all that we're looking for, right? I want to see what it's going to do when it opens. So I found this support level that I like a lot because it was a resistance level before. My favorite levels are levels that are resistance levels that flip to support levels, because that really shows that level has a lot going on there. You can see we are pressing against this resistance, but we could never lose this level. We can never close a candle below it in pre-market, showing it to be a really nice support, even after a retest. So when the stock opened, I know this entry looks super aggressive, but it's actually not. The entry it happened about 25 or 30 seconds into the open, but that really wasn't that fast. With the amount of time I had spent looking at pre-market, I was already 5 minutes, 10 minutes into this trade before I even took it. Now, what I was looking for was this level at 36.40. If it lost this resistance turned support, then I was going to be looking for more of a weaker move in the stock. But the fact that it sold off towards it, didn't even have enough momentum to hit it, and then blew straight off of it and had enough momentum to the penny hit 36.60 again, it was a no-brainer for me. I was long. It pulled back just a titch. I went long at 35.55 after it hit 36.60 to the penny, and then it broke up. Got a real quick partial at my 2-to-1. That's a split fill on 10%, and then I took some more 10% increments as we launched up. This is actually a split fill here as well. So the stock was ripping up as it went. So got some more partials, really nice, and then I ended up going all the way up to just about shy of 39 by the time I was all done. Now, this level that I had found before, that remember I told you about, let's pull that daily chart back over real quick. Remember I told you about from a while ago, we had the bottom, right, of this wick here. So I was really wanted to see how that level was going to play. So notice again now, this is that level, 37.82 as it comes across. Now we went up here, sold off, I got some partials, but it came back, and when it approached that level, what happened? Hammer, right? It threw a hammer. Clean signal of it respecting that level, right? Threw a hammer, I waited for it to make a new 2-minute high, and then I added into my position, right? Break up all the way to 38, just shy of $39, $38.98. And I'm actually holding just a little bit of my position now. I have an all-out set for my last remaining shares at $39.25, and it's a range order for the loss of $38. So it's not a lot of shares, just about 10%. I want to see if I can squeeze a little bit more out of this stock because it's had a pretty strong trend all day. But if it breaks and loses by too much, I'll go ahead and get out of it. But from start to finish, this is how I put a play together and play the pre-market. The first thing is to get your stocks that are in play. If you guys are having trouble with that, I recommend the pre-market show with Carlos and Norm. They're giving us those stocks pretty much every day. Twitter was on our gappers list. Carlos found most of these levels. I mean, it was there to be played, right? So once you have the stocks, and then it's just about weaning it down to those, those criteria, making sure you have good things. Do you want to have, I like to have a narrow spread. So, maybe identify stocks that have a narrow spread so you don't encounter as much slippage. I like adding that in there a lot when I'm trading. Twitter only had a 1-cent spread. That was beautiful. Easy to judge large share size there. Look for the clean patterns. Look for the catalyst. You put those things together, and I think you've got better than a 50-50 shot at hitting the trade just off of that alone. You put in some fundamentals and some good strategies, and it's going to work out really well for me. Your hit rate will get a lot better. So I hope this has been useful for all of you guys. I hope you enjoyed my Twitter trade here, and I hope you guys are all having a great day. Keep it green, y'all. Thanks.